Hello, welcome to RandoConvo, a podcast where we talk about random subjects with random guests. I'm your host, GamerNate92, and tonight I'm with Eclipse and Green Tea. Say hi, y'all.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, hello.
So how y'all doing?
I'm doing good personally. Just kind of chilling. Bit tired.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, today's a nice day.
So
Pretty chill.
what'd y'all do today?
Uh, just school mostly. Kind of after that had a relaxing day. Didn't really do much in the terms of well, besides school of course, but just kind of chilled today with not really doing anything particular.
Oh, yeah?
That makes yeah,
Yeah, I did school today too. We're actually making robots.
Ooh.
interesting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that reminds me, the BattleBots is coming back on TV.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, it's where engineers build these fighting robots that compete, and whoever wins gets the giant nut.
Interesting.
It's a competition show that's pretty intense.
I think I've seen clips from it before.
Yeah, it's been on for about like 20 years now.
Darn.
The name sounded familiar. I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like fictional. It's like real life, like people that built these robots to fight with saws and grips and flippers and all that, and spinners.
So I guess the goal of that is just to total out the other robot, basically, right?
Yeah, and
Interesting.
try to win.
Of course.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun show.
Oh, it is. So, and oddly enough, this leads up to our subject, supernatural stuff.
How?
Yes.
It's a
I don't think I see the connection there.
it's a joke. So
I think that's a flawless segue.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the subject for this podcast is the supernatural. Ooh.
Spooky. Where do we start? There's a lot to talk about the supernatural, honestly.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, well, what have y'all experienced anything weird or bizarre, or seen
I've
anything?
experienced things in my life that I wouldn't describe as supernatural, but I couldn't quite explain them either. I'm currently trying to think of a specific example. Um, a lot of it happened when I was younger. It's mostly like thinking you hear voices of your family members, or like thinking you heard a sound that you
Oh,
actually didn't,
yeah,
and it's kind of weird.
yeah.
Like
That's
when,
happened to me a few times too.
yeah, especially the hearing a noise that no one else heard. Like, sure, it could have just been your mind's playing tricks on you, but you know you heard it, and the fact that no one else heard it besides you just kind of comes across as weird.
I know, right?
Hmm.
When I was younger, I would swear I would hear like people calling my name,
Oh,
Yeah,
and I'd
same.
ask people. I would ask people if they were like, even when nobody was talking, I would just still hear my name being called. I'd
yeah.
be
Yeah.
so confused.
I've learned that that's something that you need to watch out for.
Watch out for.
As in like,
Why is that?
cause it's sometimes it's probably a demon calling your name and
Interesting.
mimicking your loved one's voice.
That something you heard based on superstition.
No,
When I was
as in like from people who've experienced this.
Oh, alright.
when I was younger, I don't even have memories of this. My mom said me and my friend, when we were little kids, we used to talk to people who like just weren't there. We'd sit on the steps and just talk, have full-on conversations, and nobody was even there besides each other, but we weren't talking to each other.
Yeah, my brother, my little brother, when he was a baby, he would talk to angels.
Angels.
Yeah. Like, for instance, my late great grandfather, who my parents called Boo. Ironic, isn't
Huh.
it? Boo, and it's a he's dead.
Yes.
Anyway, so there was there was a few times where, oh wait, no, there was one time where I was asleep, and my little brother gets up and goes to my mom saying, "Mommy, there's a tall old man in my bedroom." And she was like, "Wait, what?" And gets up and looks, and there's no one there. And he's like, "Where is he?" And he's like, he's standing right there at the window, or in the bedroom."
Ooh, that's freaky.
But there was no one.
That's
But there was no one there, and
that.
he was like, yeah, he said everything's fine. He's just protecting us because there's a big war going on outside. I was like,
Interesting.
and she's like, "War?" It's like, "Yeah, there's some angels fighting demons outside our house." I was like,
Angel.
"Yeah."
Oh, yo.
And he was our guardian angel for the time being.
It's interesting.
This
See,
past summer, actually, my grandfather passed away, and so school started, and every day we got off the bus outside the school, because I go to a different building, for the second half of the day. But we get back to the school, and go straight home after that. So it's the same people every day. So
yeah.
you'd think it's the same people picking them up every day.
Mm-hmm.
But one day I get off the bus, this person who's never been there before, person who's never been there since, looks exactly like my passed away
Ooh.
grandfather.
Oh wow.
He's just standing there. He didn't pick anyone up. He was just there.
Oh wow. Yeah, there was after both my grandparents passed away in 2016, which my grandpa passed away, and then 2 weeks later my grandma passed away with a broken heart. And while we were on our way to my grandma's funeral, we were passing by their old church, and I could see him on the steps walking up into the church while we were driving by. My grandpa. Like
It's hard to know.
like there was no
It's hard
there
to
was no
know.
there was no
Oh, sorry.
there was no mistaking him. Like it looked exactly like when he was alive.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's hard to know if it's really supernatural, if it's just your brain
Yeah,
trying to make stuff to help you cope.
for real.
Because it's been all these years, we can't prove it really happened. These things are really happening.
Yeah. And then
Don't.
whenever they
Sorry, what were you saying?
and then then when we were at my grandma's funeral, which we called Juju because her name was Judy, and when we were kids, it was like Juju. Anyway, so where was I? Oh yeah, so whenever they were lowering her into the ground, I was talking to my cousin. In my left ear, I hear her voice saying, "It's okay." I heard my grandma's voice go, "It's okay," because I was just crying my eyes out.
I've my supernatural experiences personally haven't been comforting, to say the least.
Oh.
Mostly they happen. Well, they haven't happened since, but they're just weird occurrences that don't really make sense. And worst of all, it always happens to be when I'm most vulnerable, like when I'm just alone in the house.
Ooh.
It, and it's super unnerving.
Ooh.
The thing about my house that I most recently moved
I'll be
into,
back real quick, sorry.
Okay. Okay.
it's good. Um, the thing about my house that I most recently moved into is that it's very open, which I like. And what I mean by that is, like, you can basically stand from one end to the house and basically get a good idea of what the rest of the house looks like, which I really like, because my other house, there's a, like, want to say corridors, but there was a lot of like areas you could walk around. And I just remember vividly, it was just me alone, kind of close to nighttime. You know, my parents were running late from work, and I don't know how young I was at this point. And I swear that I saw something run from the bedroom door into the darkness, and
Ooh.
the dark hall where it was right next to me. And I just the way my house was, basically there was a master bedroom next to a kitchen, and then next to that kitchen there was this really dark hallway that I don't know why we kept so dark, but it kind of always scared me as a kid. Didn't help that the bathroom was in there, so I just had to like run in, turn on the light, and shut the door as fast as
Yeah.
possible. I was
Yeah.
scared. But I swear on my life, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a shadowy figure just go from the master bedroom and run into the darkness, and I just decided to turn on as many lights as possible without going into the dark area, and just kind of stayed put until my parents got home, because that really freaked me out. Like, I was kind of tired that day, but after seeing that, I was fully alert. Like, that was very scary, and I don't know why. I think it came from like a primal feeling of fear.
Shadow
But
person.
yeah, I don't know like what that was, or if it was even real. Like, it could
Yeah.
have just been my mind playing tricks on just a scared kid home alone. But like, it was very, very unnerving
Yeah,
just seeing that.
as quoted by the late Lou Costello, I saw what I saw when I saw it.
Yes.
But yeah,
Uh,
I've had that a few times too. Like, you know how you're walking down a dark hallway and you feel like there's something behind you?
yeah, I don't know why, but still to this day, I wouldn't say I'm afraid of the darkness, but like,
Yeah, it's not that we're afraid of the dark, we're afraid of what's in it.
yes, and I'm very afraid. I don't know why. This is like very specific what I'm about to say. I'm very afraid. All right, let's just say there's like a dark hallway that I got to pass through, and I'm afraid that like as I just reach the light of another room, just a hand will grab me and yank me back into the darkness,
I
and
know.
just
I had that happen last night when I was going to the bathroom and I was heading back. I just had this unnerving feeling something was reaching for me and it behind me in the dark.
no, literally that's what I was also coming from the bathroom, and I felt like that last night as well. I'm not even joking. Like, I was, yeah, I was getting back from the bathroom, and I just got this like urge to just go faster, like to where I was going, just go faster.
I know.
And
Same here.
yeah,
You
and
know that feeling? Oh, sorry, you can keep going.
oh, no, you go.
I was to say, you know that feeling? You have to like when you're going up the stairs at night, but the lights are off, so you have to run.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I used to,
Specifically, the stairs.
yeah,
Yeah.
I used to have that feeling when I was a little kid at my grandparents when I wanted to go back upstairs to my bedroom and I was like, it's dark up there.
Yeah.
It's like when
So
when you're halfway up, you don't know whether to keep running forward or go back down. Because then they're
you
both
definitely don't want to turn around either.
exactly.
But oh, I know something that was terrifying.
What?
Okay, so I was at my summer camp, and this was a while back. Like, I think I was still in middle school. Actually, I was a young lad, and I remember that I was hanging out with some of my friends, and we were joking about I wanted to say we were talking about a demonic subject. We were joking
Oh.
about like ghosts and demons and stuff. And
Yeah.
right as we started talking about that, the lights just one of the lights break.
Yeah.
Like, they
You
turn out.
don't. You don't want to.
And we were scared so bad because we were on our way to the bathroom with the pass at that time. We were like, yeah, we can hold it, and we ran back.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to don't want to taunt them.
Yeah, it just Nah, that was really scary too because it wasn't like the light was flickering. It just abruptly went out. Like the entire day, I swear that light was fine.
Yeah.
And that's the most unnerving part too. It just like right as we decided talking about it, bam, just goes out.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I mean, you had to physically break a light bulb for like that to happen.
yeah, I don't know how to explain it to this day. They had to get a repairman and everything. I remember we were outside in the little park section, and I remember hearing the sounds of like them drilling and having to open up the like wall part and actually fix the light because apparently it broke pretty bad, and they couldn't really explain why. That was so freaky.
Yeah. Now, have you ever experienced any objects that move on their own?
Yes.
Alright, name one.
Oh, no, I didn't see it, but when I was younger, I could hear like stuff moving around in the kitchen when everybody was asleep. Like it would wake me up.
You know, that's happened to me a few times at night whenever I'm just laying in bed trying to go to sleep. But it wasn't really moving, it was just like people whispering in the hallway. Like, so
Yeah.
I'm just like, what is my parents still doing up? And I go up and open the door, and all the lights are off and everyone's asleep. And whenever I open the door, the whispers stop.
Yeah.
But the one time I remember seeing an object move was when I was talking to my mom in her kitchen, and I had my keys on her table, and we were just talking and just laughing about it, and all of a sudden my keys just move right across the table.
Ooh.
Yeah, and we heard it too. We're looking like, what just happened?
Yeah.
And we were like, we were like 4 feet away from the table, and it was just us two. Sorry.
In elementary school, have you ever had like an Xbox 360?
No, but I have an Xbox One.
Did you ever like have the Kinect or know what it is?
No.
Like the Kinect sensor?
Oh, I think I know.
It was like the
I know.
Wii.
I think I know what you're about to talk about.
So it was like
it would pick up
Xbox's response.
It would pick up another
Xbox's
figure,
response to
wouldn't it?
Wii. So, kinda. So I used to play this dancing game on it, and all of a sudden it just wasn't working. So I went to calibrate it. And when you're calibrating, it shows like the outline of you. It shows heat signatures
Yeah.
and all that. So I went to the calibrating thing, and the picture of me, you could see me, and next to me you could see, it would show the stick figure to show if there was a human there, like if it was detecting a human.
Mm-hmm.
So the stick figure was next to me, and then there was like a cold heat signature,
Yeah.
like colder than mine. It was like dark blue and purple and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people have experienced that with the 360s. So that's
I
that's
just
why
got a really creepy
that's-
message.
That's why ghost hunters always use those.
Bro, we're on the topic of scary things, kind of. I know it's supernatural. I literally just got a bot message from one of my real life friends saying that his account was hacked.
Oh.
And, like, I'm not joking. And, like, that freaked. Yeah, like, I literally got a bot message saying that his account and all his contacts were hacked. Like, from him, though.
What the crap?
Yeah. Nah, I blocked him right away and just closed the DM. I'm not dealing with this right now.
Oh.
I'm already kind of, I wouldn't say freaked out,
Wait, this happened.
but
this
nah,
happened,
I'm not dealing with that right now. That's
This happened now?
like literal, like seconds ago, basically.
What the frick?
Yes, now.
Oh crap.
Nah, no, I ain't dealing with that.
Whoa, dude. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'm paranoid. I'm scanning my device with that's anti-spyware because
You know that brings
Nah.
that brings up to another section of this subject. Okay, so my account got hacked, but what happened before that was too much of a coincidence. So one night, I'm going out to get. It was like around 8 o'clock or no 7 o'clock, and it was still dark out. And this was in February, I think. So I'm going out, and I'm looking up at the sky, and it see what looks like just one light flying through the sky. Like I was like, that's a fast airplane. But what was weird about it is that there was a cloud or a mist that's just encircling the whole light, but there was no clouds in the sky at the time. And wherever this light was going, like in this straight path, the cloud or mist would stay around it. And it started turning into like a spiral shape. I still have the photo. And so I post on my Facebook about this thing that my dad even saw it too when I told him to come out and look at this. And he and I both saw this. And so I'm filming this and then taking pictures. And then when I finish, I post it on Facebook asking people, what is this? And then an hour later, my account gets hacked and then deleted.
Imagine. That must have been like so freaky.
I know. I still have the photo though. Here, let me see if I can.
When was this?
Huh?
When was this?
I told you it was like a few months ago. It was just like this bright, this tiny light that was just flying across the sky with this weird mist swirling around it. And it just kept going. And the next day we see a few Black Hawk helicopters flying over our area. I know, right? But yeah, here's...
Crickets in the background.
Do what?
I was making a joke of the silence. It said crickets in the background.
I'm so sorry in advance, but that hacker thing I wasn't lying about. I need to talk to some friends about that, so I'm gonna go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well before you go, there's the photo.
Oh,
That's so weird.
I know,
yeah.
right? And it was just flying across the sky in that straight path from right to left right there.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you guys later. I might be back tonight.
We'll see ya.
All right.
See ya.
But yeah, so...
That's definitely interesting.
It is. But yeah, but that's not the only weird thing that I've experienced. Not just ghosts or quote-unquote aliens. But I've encountered a Bigfoot once, or a few times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no joke. It still shakes me up to this day.
What was it like? The experience?
Terrifying. It felt like I was going to die that night. I was so scared.
Like, what happened?
Well, it was Thanksgiving night when I was driving my ex back to her house after her meeting my parents or my family. And we were having our Thanksgiving at my grandparents out in the country. And so I'm taking the back road that I was normally taking to go to the big city. And when I was coming back, I take this turn and I see something standing on the side of the road. And when I turn the high beams on, there it was. It was just this huge male Sasquatch just standing there gritting its teeth and panting really hard, trying to intimidate me. It still
That's so weird.
It still makes me uncomfortable talking about it. But what I was just, it felt like forever, and I could feel it going at me. And so then it kneels down and picks up this huge log over its head, like it's gonna throw it at me. And that's when I pressed down on the gas and took off right past it. It was okay. So when I got there, I was just like, they said I looked pale white when I ran into the house, and I was just on the floor trying to just catch my nerve.
Mm.
But I said I just saw Bigfoot, and they're like, "What? Let's go see." I'm like, "No, I'm not going back." And yeah, they wanted me to go back with them to show them where it was. And I'm like, "I'm not going back there. I don't want to die."
But your ex was in the car with you when that happened?
No,
Oh,
I was coming back from dropping her off.
I thought you were dropping her off, sorry.
No, I already dropped her off. But when we got there, we found the log back on the ground, but in a different spot. My dad couldn't even pick it up. He was using both hands just to lift up one end of it, and he couldn't even pick it up.
It sounds like scary.
Oh, it was. I had nightmares for days after that.
I can't say I've experienced anything like definitive like that.
I've even, like, one winter, me and my parents even heard a whole family crossing down the railroad tracks behind our house, talking to each other. Like, woo, woo, woo. Like whistling, whoops, and all of that. We even have it recorded on a file.
That's like so interesting. Your area must be like weird.
Arkansas.
Gravity Falls.
Close. Arkansas. It may, like, the area we're in, it may look like, oh, there's not very many woods around here. Oh, there is.
We're in New York, so there's a lot of woods here.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, back then, I was like, New York, but yeah, that's a lot of cities. There's a lot of big city and a lot of houses over there, but there's still some wooded areas there as well.
My city is kind of like, there's like a ton of like huge hills around it.
Oh, yeah?
And these hills are just covered in woods. They're like miles long.
Hmm.
We have a state park nearby too.
Ooh. Nice. But yeah, there's one area over in Little Rock, Arkansas. Have you ever seen the movie Gone with the Wind?
No, I've not.
Oh. Well, in the opening credits, there's a small clip of a water mill in a field. That water mill is still there in Little Rock in a park.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's still working and everything. But now it's a tourist attraction, which is where
How old's that movie?
Huh?
How old's that movie?
80 plus years.
Wow.
It's as old as The Wizard of Oz. The movie.
Yeah, I've not seen it yet.
You haven't seen?
I probably will one day.
You haven't seen Wizard of Oz either?
No, I've seen The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Gone with the Wind is like a 4-hour movie, or no, 5-hour movie. What was that?
That's my little sister. She's waking up.
Aw, hi. No,
She talks in her sleep.
no. Yeah, sometimes I talk in my sleep. Sometimes I've even woken myself up from snoring.
I don't think I ever have snored.
Well, do you ever wake up like with your mouth really dry?
Mm-mm.
Then you've snored.
My mouth feels like normal when I wake up.
Well, I guess you haven't snored. Well, for me, I've snored because I have like a deviated septum.
Um,
It means it's like one side's pushed over more than the other, in my sinuses and nose. I can't breathe through one side of my nose.
I used to have some form of sleep paralysis though.
Oh, I hate that. Dude, sleep
It
paralysis is
it didn't
scary.
it was a minor form or something, I guess. It didn't scare me or anything, but I didn't realize I was having it until months later
Oh,
after it had already ended. I
oh.
would wake up, but my eyes were closed and I couldn't move. I wasn't trying to move either. I
Mm.
mean, I was like so tired, but could tell that if I wanted to move, I wouldn't have been able to.
Did you hear or see anything?
Well, my eyes were closed, I couldn't see, but I could
Oh,
like hear stuff happening in the environment.
yeah. That's definitely sleep paralysis.
Yeah, it happened over one summer and then just stopped. It was weird.
Mm. Oh, speaking of summer, sorry, but
No,
there
you can keep going.
there was one time where we were at a church camp when I was like 10 or 9 or whatever. And it was like 9 o'clock at night, and me and some friends were going down to the pool, which was open because it was the last day.
Yeah,
And while we were going down, we see that there was a light shining through the trees on the ground. We're like, what in the world? It's like, it's probably the moon. But then we noticed that the shadows of the trees were moving, like the light was moving. So we look up and we see this huge bright ball of light just moving across the sky, like slowly. And behind it was like a rainbow tail that just changed color.
bro, Bill Cipher is gonna invade your city any minute now.
No, this wasn't in Arkansas. This was like in Texas or Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, probably. But yeah, there's a lot of weird things that we've seen out over here. We actually have like this huge mansion that's known as the Arkansas's most haunted house, and it's in Branson.
Um,
It's over in Fayetteville, I think.
there's stories that our college is haunted. We have a museum of this uh old family that used to live here years ago, like probably like 1920s, I think.
Ooh.
People say that museum's haunted, and then also other we have this place that we call it the Castle on the Hill.
Oh.
It's old insane asylum, and people that's probably like the most haunted place in our area,
Oh crap.
according to word of mouth.
Yeah, abandoned insane asylums and hospitals are always haunted.
I've also heard there's this like weird like urban legend that I heard a teacher say.
What was that?
Um, so there was a lot of like Native American tribes in our area
Mm.
when the town was settled, and they say that when we first started moving here, we were building along the river because of all the wet grass for or wet dirt for farming. And they said those were ancient Indian burial grounds,
Oh
and for
crap.
desecrating the land, they cursed the city with terrible weather. It's
Oh.
always like rainy and dreary here,
Oh.
like all the time.
Seriously?
Well, not literally every single day, but so much.
Oh crap.
Even when it's not raining, it's just gray skies all the time.
Oh dang. So y'all
Every
have,
now and then there's like a few bright days in a row, but pretty common.
so it's just mostly overcast?
Yeah, it's like living in England.
Oh, oh crap. That is weird.
That's just a few stories I've heard though.
Mm. But yeah, there was some other times like we have this old submarine that's been through World War II and Vietnam and uh, Korea,
Mhm.
and like they have a story that's saying that there's a ghost in it named Hogan.
We
And
don't have any name ghosts.
do
They're
what?
all just generic and basic.
But the thing is, I actually caught it on camera, like a shadow figure.
Mhm.
Yeah, we were on the tour, and I just had this feeling something was behind me, and I look. I didn't see anything, but I took a photo. I took one photo, and then I took another one, and in the second one, I could see like the outline of a person.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I know. But and that was like a few years after like when me and my cousins were taken there by my grandparents to check it out. Yeah, and note, don't go into a submarine during the heat of summer.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
Yeah,
Especially, well, at least the old ones.
they say it gets up to about 150 degrees inside.
The warmest we get here is like 90. That's on a bad day.
Yeah, da- down here we get up to like the highest we got was like 115, and I'll
Jesus.
add the humidity to it, and it makes it go higher, about 10 degrees.
Lately, just like 50 degrees has been feeling warm, so this summer is gonna be dreadful.
Well, I don't really know about that because remember that volcano that exploded off of Australia?
Hmm.
Yeah, with that explosion, it's been feeling cooler than usual.
Over here, it's been feeling warmer,
Hmm.
even if the temperature is the same.
Huh. But anyway, we got off topic. Um, so the point was whenever we were in that hot like it was in the submarine, it was like really hot, like we were sweating like pigs in there. And so then when we get to this one spot where they opened up a hatch, and I thought I'd scare my cousins by going, "I will eat your brain." And then all of a sudden we all felt a cold chill, just like someone turned on the air conditioning. But the thing is, there's no air conditioning in that submarine at all.
Because it's so old.
Yeah, but the thing was that if you feel like it's just suddenly cold, it's the
Yeah, I've
sign
heard
that
that.
there's a ghost, and we felt Hogan.
As I've heard that a sign of ghost is suddenly cold chills in random parts of a room.
Yes, because they're trying to absorb the energy in the room. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not sure when Eclipse is gonna be back, but
He
uh,
said he might not be.
yeah. So I think we could have like one more story to wrap up this episode.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So let's see. Um, like Have you experienced like any other cryptids, like other than ghosts?
No, I personally haven't experienced all that much. Just met people who have.
Hmm.
I pretty much told you everything I've experienced.
Okay. Well, to be honest, I'm gonna finish this off because I saved it for last.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a Bigfoot that lives next to our neighborhood, like year round. Either that or there's something out there in the forest near our house, because we're always hearing and seeing something out there.
Mhm.
But it mostly occurs during the fall and winter season.
Yeah.
But one time my mom was driving past that forest and a rock flew out of the forest and hit her windshield.
Jesus.
Yeah. And one
Wait.
time
Cars are expensive to repair.
yeah. And one time me and my mom were driving and at the corner of our eye we look and we see this big figure just jump right across the creek into that forest and we're like, "What the?" And we go back and there's a footprint on the edge of the creek.
Wow.
Yeah, 20 inches long.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That would be so terrifying. Like, oh my god, that's so scary.
Yeah. And one night, me, my brother, and a couple of his friends, armed to the teeth, were going out to see if we could find this Bigfoot, and it was like friggin' dark outside. And so then we go into the forest, like at the very edge, like shining our lights through. And just with our luck, the light goes out. And then that's when we hear something slowly walking through the trees. Just and so we're like, guys, I think we need to get out of here. And my brother's like, and so we back up, and then then when we're just about to get out of the trees, we hear running right towards us. And so then we took off.
If I was in the woods and heard anything running, I'm going right back. Like, I'm gone.
Yeah.
There's not a trace of me in those woods anymore.
Yeah, but my brother and his friend said they didn't hear it because they were like too scared. But I heard like when it was running, I hear a just running right to like with the footsteps running. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's creepy.
And I'm not making this stuff up. This is like 100% real.
Yeah, that's just so like, I don't even know. Like, get animal control or something.
Yeah. Well, if we told them that, they wouldn't believe us. But yeah, our parents did because they've experienced weird stuff in that forest too.
Yeah.
Like when I was trying to prove to my mom that this Bigfoot or something that we were seeing out there was real, and she was just like, "It's just your imagination. Now knock it off." And so my dog started growling at something in the forest, and she was calling for it and looks up and there's these two yellow eyes just staring at her.
That's a huge coincidence. Like,
And here's the thing, she was 5 feet away from those eyes.
yeah, that's just like scary.
Yes. So that concludes our episode of RandoConvo, and sorry Eclipse had to leave so early, but Green Tea, you have any last words?
It was really interesting. I learned a lot about Nate. I've only just met him today. Well, I've met him, but we just talked with him today. It was very interesting, like first impression.
All right.
If you guys aren't subscribed to his channel, subscribe. I'm gonna say it for him. Buy his merch once he gets some.
Yeah. Yeah, eventually. All right, so, all right. See you, randos. Bye.